everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. Today's video is going to answer the burning question, have I had eyelid lift surgery? And just to cut to the chase, the answer is no. I have not had any surgery to have anything done to my face at all, ever. It's not that I'm opposed to surgery. I had always said when I was in my 40s and my hooded eyes started sagging that when I turned 50 I would have the upper eyelid surgery done, because as they got worse and worse and worse over those 10 years, I thought, oh my gosh, I can't stand it anymore. I can't figure out how to put on eye makeup, so I'm going to have to go under the knife. I even went so far as to have a pact with a girlfriend of mine who also wanted to have eyelid surgery, and we were going to have it done together when we both turned 50. And that would have been a year ago. The reason that I said it's a burning question is because I get asked all the time by my viewers if I have had eyelid surgery to correct my hoods and my upper eyelids. And I've been answering you guys individually and saying, no, I haven't had surgery. But then people want to know, well, what have you done? So people started asking me about 6 months ago. But at that point I thought, oh yeah, I think it's the Retin-A, because I had been using the Retin-A for 9 months by then. And I felt like even though I did not put it on my eyelids, that it was having an effect on my eyelids, that it was causing this skin to be firmer, therefore maybe causing the tiniest bit of lifting with the eyelids. And then in January of this year, I went to a guy and had some Botox done, and he did it a little bit differently. And right after I did that video, man, did the questions start coming in. Oh my God, you had your eyes done. Did you have an eyelid lift? Was that because of the Botox? And me being kind of stubborn like I am, I kept saying, no, it's not because of the Botox. He didn't put the Botox anywhere where it could have an effect on my eyelids. But I wasn't sure. So I didn't want to tell people, you know, it's this, it's not that, because you know, if you want to know what I did. So I would generally answer people and say it's a combination of the Retin-A and that I'm getting better at makeup. So what I decided to do was I decided to wait for that Botox to wear off so I could tell you definitively, was it the Botox, or was it the Retin-A, or was it the eye makeup, or is it just that I am magically getting better eyelids? And so I went back through my older videos and I pulled pictures of myself with no makeup and with makeup, going back over a year and a half ago, so I could compare the pictures of my eyes and see exactly when the differences were happening and what was taking place. And you can draw your own conclusions from this. I have drawn my own conclusions from this, but I think it's a pretty interesting little experiment to see kind of what helps to, you know, lift your brow or make your eyelids less saggy, and what doesn't. So I really have not had a lot of things done. I get Botox on pretty much a regular basis, 3 or 4 times a year, depending on how long it lasts, and I've always gotten it right here in my 11s. And I had them spread up a little bit here, and this guy did more here. One time I had my whole forehead done, and that created this like heavy feeling, and it made my brows actually sag down more so that I couldn't figure out how to put on eye makeup. It was a disaster. I hated it. I couldn't wait for it to wear off. I haven't done the All Therapy, which I'm thinking of doing this year because that can give you a little eyebrow lift, but I want to look at more before and after pictures to make sure it doesn't give you like the crazy pointy eyebrows. I really haven't done anything specifically for my hoods beyond just putting on a standard moisturizer or a, what do I use on them? I put Olay Regenerist Micro Sculpting Serum on my eyes, lower and upper, every single day, twice a day. I use that. But I've been using that for years and years and years, so I don't think that's had any effect. So I'm just looking at things that I've started in the last year and a half that has made the difference in my eyes. But let me now bring in the no makeup pictures so we can compare. So the first one on the top is from November 2012. That was when I first started making videos. All right, so the next picture down is in February of 2013. So this is where I started really looking at what I was using on my face, that I wanted to get into more anti-aging topicals and figure out if I could, you know, make the overall surface and wrinkling of my skin look any better. So that was about a month or two into my new skin journey. All right. Then the next one down is from January of 2014. So that was just a little less than a year later, so 11 months later. So I had been on the Retin-A for 11 months by then, and I had been on the vitamin C for like 12 or 13 months by then. And this was 2 weeks after I had the new Botox. This is when everybody started saying, oh my God, did you have an eyelid lift? The bottom one is from April 2014. So about a week ago I took this picture. And this is when my Botox is mainly worn off, because my crease isn't back permanently where you can see it all the time like it would be if the Botox was completely worn off, but it's mainly worn off. And I think that there is a slight difference between them. And so to answer a lot of people's questions, yes, the Botox did have a little bit to do with it. But if you compare the second picture to the fourth picture, I think there's a big difference, and that shows just the difference in using the Retin-A, which I had been on for a year by then. So I think the Retin-A is part of it. I think doing the Botox in that way was in fact a slight part of it. Well, I feel that overall there is a slight improvement in the amount of sagging that my hoods are having, and that they're not actually laying right on my eyelashes like they were a year and a half ago. And I think them not laying right on my eyelashes is due mainly to the Retin-A. And I think that when you add in that Botox in the strip up here, it basically deadens this whole forehead muscle, so that when you're lifting your forehead up, you're not doing it from the middle. You're doing it from out here, but it's not an over pulling of these, of the upper muscles, because the lower muscles are deadened. This whole thing can pull up nicely so that you're not getting that like pointy, weird eyebrow look. So I think if you want to get an eyebrow lift from your Botox, hopefully you have someone who knows how to do it in the right way, so you don't just get the crazy lift, you get a nice lift. But this lift, like I gotta say, in these pictures, very subtle. But it was enough. I mean, it doesn't take much to have it really look good. All right, so now let's get rid of that picture, and now let's bring in the makeup pictures. Because I feel like the eye makeup is really the thing that makes the difference between people saying to me, did you have your eyes lifted or not? And these are from the same dates. So the top one is November 2012, the next one is February 2013, the next one is January 2014, and the next one is April 2014. I think from the third one to the fourth one, I think those ones look pretty much the same. These are just still pictures, and I tried to pick pictures where I was all looking into the camera at the same angle with my eyes open the same amount, because it makes a huge difference whether I'm raising my eyebrows or whether I'm scowling. You know, I sit here and talk into the camera, and I do blink and I do raise my eyebrows, and so I think that while you're seeing me animated, you can really see that it's quite a difference. And I think the difference is the eyeshadow. I think it's doing it this way, where you have the lighter lid and then the darkness to the outer corner, and really defining that higher crease. I'm doing it above where my actual crease is. So I'm kind of faking a bigger eyelid so that as I blink, my eyelid does look bigger, and it makes the hood look like it recedes. On the video, it's kind of hard to see sometimes because it's a little fuzzy, so they might all look the same, but I'm going to post these on my blog as well. And on my blog, you can look at them for as long as you want. I don't know if you want to look at my eyes for that long, you probably don't. But if you do want to look up close and personal and see if you can see the differences, this will all be on my blog as well. And they're more high resolution, and you can look at them better. The link to my blog is always in the information bar below. I'll also post a number of eyeshadow tutorials, especially the pink one that made everybody go, wow, did you have your eyelids done? That tutorial will be below as well. Get practicing with the eyeshadow if you want to have sort of more open looking eyes without surgery and without needles. So that's my explanation for why I suddenly looked like I had an eyelid lift. It's not because I've actually had one, but believe me, you will be the first to know if I decide to get one, because you'll be with me all the way. I really do think now, going over the pictures, that it's a combination of Retin-A, Botox, but especially eye makeup. And eye makeup is the cheapest of those three things that you can do. You know, the Retin-A and the Botox are quite expensive. So if you just spend time over the weekend practicing with your eyeshadow, get some better brushes, you will become an expert. There are lots of great videos, not just mine. A lot of other people have great hooded eye tutorials. So watch those, and hopefully you'll get to be an expert at it, and you'll have people coming up to you saying, hey, did you have your eyelids done? And believe me, that's a great feeling from someone whose eyelids have been sagging and laying on their eyelashes for years now. All right, so that's the video for today, everybody. I hope you have a great weekend, and happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.